Welcome to the straight up, no bullshit, the Don Handston Show. Our hosts are going to push the limits, but create an environment where it's safe to uncover the crap that holds you back so you can survive the mediocrity of today's life. And they'll be admitting and revealing their own experiences so you can learn the skills and attitude you need to be who you are. No bullshit. Warning to all listeners: if you have thin skin and get offended easily by harsh, direct, or somewhat offensive content and language, then this podcast may be overwhelming. However, we believe pulling your blinders off and viewing things from a real perspective may feel invigorating and may be the very thing that may cause you to expand your capabilities exponentially. Now here's your hosts, Don and Markus.
Welcome, everybody, to the newest edition of Straight Up No Bullshit, the Don Handston Show. We're excited you're here. We're going to dive into it right away. Don, welcome to the show. Glad to see you, my friend.
Hi, Markus. How are you today?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, today we're going to be talking about sheer betterment, creating better moods, better habits, better environment, which equals a better you. So, Don, take it away. Share us.
Well, sheer betterment, right? Could
Yep.
use a share word. It's like the garden clippers. It's sheer betterment or share the betterment. Anyways,
Absolutely.
so what I'd like to start off with is in order for us to truly get better, right? As we all age and we all just assume that we deteriorate as we age. Certain things do, but a lot of things can improve, okay? And when I say that, what I mean by that is we need to create better habits. I'm going to start with habits, okay? Habits. Okay. Let's just say your habit is you go out on Thursday night, Saturday night, and you go out drinking, right? Okay, great. You socialize, it's fun, whatever. But let's just say you say, you know what? I'm not going to stop drinking. Maybe I still like a little bit of booze here and there. That's fine.
Right.
But on those nights, I'm going to go to the health club. I'm going to work out. Okay. Now, what happens when you better things is other things naturally will get better as well. So you're like, well, I wake up and maybe I was drinking the night before. I can't do that. I need better rest, right? Maybe you ate some shit. Maybe you went to Taco Burrito King and you ate some crap. And you feel like crap and you can't work out. You feel just sweat and grease. You're like, yeah, I got to eat better food, right?
Right.
You say, you know what? I'm working out and my muscles are fatigued. Maybe you need to take vitamins or some supplements or some high nutrient foods. So what happens is by changing one habit, a lot of other habits will get better. So I can dive more into that, but that's just kind of the overview on that one.
And that's true. You start small and the small habits build up into larger habits. You do the small things. Jim Rohn used to say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. What if that's true? It's not a Hershey bar a day. It's an apple day. Well, is an apple a day easy to do? Yeah. Is it something simple? Yeah. But guess what? You start doing that on a regular basis, and guess what? Maybe that leads you to eating better, eating healthier. Maybe a little less junk food. Maybe it helps you going to the gym on a regular basis, going for a walk, doing things that improve your health. It adds up tremendously.
What people need to understand is when you do start making better habits, what happens, like Markus said, even if it's small, right? And other things just naturally have to change in order for you to create that habit. What happens is you become cognizant, okay, of something that you've created betterment in. This got a little bit better. Okay, that got a little bit better. And what happens is when you're cognizant of that is you start understanding the habits that are destructive and the habits that are productive. Okay. And before you know it, you start quantifying the things that you shouldn't be doing and the things that you should be doing. And I'll give you a perfect example, a prime example. As a matter of fact, I'm wearing my hog sweater. So I ride motorcycles. Okay. But I had my hip replaced because I'm a hockey player and I've worn it all out. And I've decided, okay, well, you know what? What would I rather do? Would I rather get on this hog, right? Which is fun, right? Throw on the suntan lotion, maybe, throw a sweetheart on the back, maybe have some cocktails, maybe we get in a fight. Who knows? Have some fun, laughs, whatever. It doesn't matter. But what you wind up doing is you wind up drinking, you wind up stopping at the taverns, eating cheese curds, shit food, doing destructive stuff.
Right.
Now, right before I had my hip replaced, I got a bicycle and I got an e-bike, right? A
Right.
bike that has the pedal assist. Now it's still exercise. You just get more miles on there in a shorter amount of time. So you're still getting the same amount of exercise. Now I think to myself, would I rather get on a bike where I hit a button and start it up and roll down the road, which is great. I've done it for a million years, right?
Right.
Or get on a bike, right? You get to see the scenery. The thing goes with me pedaling hard, close to 30 miles an hour. Okay. So I'm covering some ground. I'm getting exercise. I'm breathing a fresh oxygen. I'm getting a lot of the same stuff that I am on the motorcycle, but I'm getting exercise, right? And
Right.
the exercise helps my knees, helps my hip heal, helps all these things. So lately I've been like, and I know this probably sounds boring, like, yeah, this guy's giving up motorcycles to ride bicycles. Is this guy nuts? Okay, don't get me wrong. I still like ride motorcycles and I still like the guys that I ride with, but
Right.
riding a bicycle is something that creates betterment. Riding a motorcycle doesn't really create betterment because there's a lot of destructive habits that go along with it. You're not going to take it and go to church or take it to go to the supplement shop or work out. Maybe you will, but when you're
You
going to put your
could.
gym bag
That
on
that could
there,
that could be a habit that you want to get into. Why not?
I'm
You
just
know?
saying that,
Yeah.
like, when you start quantifying what's a good and what's a bad habit, what's a better habit, you start thinking about everything,
Right.
right? Time, you think about time. I go down the stairs, I want to have a list of 10 things that I can bring up rather than going up and down the stairs 10 million times, although going up and down the stairs might be good for you. But the thing is what are you trying to make better? Are you
Right.
trying to make your time better? Are you trying to make your exercise better? Are you trying to make your health better? Are you trying to make your mind better, your spirituality better? And it's such a wide spectrum of things that you can make better. But when you start doing that, you start realizing that your life gets better and better, your relationships get better, things get better
Yep.
and better. And as that goes on, life gets more simple. The right people want to be around you. Financial habits, right?
Right.
Health
Yep.
habits, um, mindfulness. It doesn't matter what direction you're going. That betterment is so big.
No, I agree with you on that. And one of the things I would say with it is that you mentioned things that are good and not bad or bad. I don't like to quantify them like that because nothing is really good or bad. What it really is, does it serve you or does it not serve you?
Okay.
Because if something, because when you say good or bad, there's a judgment to it, and we're not judging anybody here. We're just offering ideas. But if you think about it, and your body knows, if you eat something and you feel like crap, you intuitively know that didn't serve me as well as maybe something else that I've eaten that does serve me.
Correct. Yeah.
And I'm not talking about even good and bad food. Some things might be spicy and you eat spicy food and it doesn't agree with you. You do it because your friends do it. You've always done it, whatever it is. You like it. You like the taste of it. You like your mouth on fire, but it doesn't resonate. Your gut hurts for days on end or whatever. You're sitting on the shitter for, all day or whatever it is kind of thing. But intuitively you're resonating. Your frequency will let you know, does it serve you? Does it not serve you? Good habit. I know I've recovered from a serious health issue last year. And one of the things that I've got in the lab, good habits of eating food, guess what? You can choose to eat clean and organic versus garbage processed crap. And the same foods. I mean, you can get an Oreo cookie, or you can get a organic gluten-free Oreo type cookie. They're both pretty close to being the same. Some would disagree, but not saying that you should be eating cookies all the time. All I'm saying is that making a small little shift can make a huge difference. Because guess what? High fructose corn syrup kills your body. Sugar may not be the best thing for your body, but it doesn't kill it nearly as much as high fructose corn syrup. You're gonna drink a Coke? Drink one that has natural cane sugar in it, not the high fructose corn syrup. We had a conversation with some friends that we've been friends since grade school. I moved in with my dad when I was 10, and these two friends, one introduced me to the other, and we've been close best friends since fifth grade. And we were talking about, they can tell a difference. I gave up soda pop and that crap decades ago. So if I have a cola, I'll get a Q cola. Guess what? It's sweetened with agave nectar. It's even better than cane sugar. It's got herbs and things that bring out that flavor. I couldn't even try to drink a Coke these days because it's too sweet, because that high fructose corn syrup is too sweet, and it gets your body addicted to it, and then you want more and more of it. So making small little shifts can impact you, and it doesn't have to necessarily impact your lifestyle to the nth degree. But what will happen is once you start making those shifts, and say you're eating cleaner and you're eating, more organic and non-GMO, your body starts to feel better. And guess what? Now you might even be craving other foods that you may have craved before that are better for you. Maybe you start eating a little more on the proteins, a little less on the carbs, whatever it might be for you, whatever serves you. Listen to your body. Your body will let you know what's going on with it, and what serves it, what doesn't serve it.
I agree with what you're saying, and you're a little bit more selective with your words, which makes a lot of sense, right? What serves you, and I say good and bad, and that's great. And I also agree that you need to be selective about small things, like Markus had just mentioned, whether you're drinking booze, right? And you drink Jack and Coke, right? Maybe you go to Jack and water.
Yeah.
Or maybe you
Jack and Coca-Cola.
Yeah, right. Or you're drinking pop and you want to make that a little bit better. Maybe you drink like you say a pop that has just regular sugar and as you get things better, you realize you want it even better. So I got to the point where I pretty much just drink water. Okay. Yeah. And as I drink water, I'm doing I read a lot of the research on water and water filters and different things that you can put in water to make it more alkaline.
Yep.
And I'm realizing that just to switch to water is a huge deal for most people. But once you start understanding, right, the filtration, the stuff that you need to keep out of your water, now you're really finiting that betterment. Okay. And it's the same thing in anything. Some people start off in horrific condition and they can get in a lot better condition just with a couple of changes. But once they start getting into really good condition, what the thing is they start finiting exactly, wow, what exactly do I want in that water? What kind of filter do I want to use? What kind of fruit or vegetable, like cucumbers? I know that lemons and limes are really good in the water.
Lemon helps to alkaline it. Even if I go to a restaurant, I put lemon in the water because it naturally alkalizes it.
So you can get very specific, or you don't have to get extremely specific. But as you start doing things and you get on the trail of betterment, you thirst for betterment. When you thirst for betterment, it's just going to happen,
Right.
And let's get away from diet a little bit. Let's talk about like moods, right?
Right.
Positive moods, right?
Absolutely.
We're all around people that have a lot of negative energy, a lot of negative moods, a lot of invalidation, a lot of suppression, a lot of bad things. And we can choose to be around these people or not to be around these people, or deflect it by throwing positivity their way, which sometimes
it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it makes these people nuts when you're they come out and you motherfucker, and you come out real kind. Sometimes it neutralizes them, sometimes it brings them up a little bit. And sometimes when they're nuts, it just makes them nuts. Just get away from those people. Don't buy into their bad energy, because your bad energy, what's going to happen is it consumes you. And when bad energy consumes you, it consumes your mood, and then it consumes all of your relationships, all of your habits. It creates destruction. And all, like, you could have a perfectly happy family, and you could have a really nice dog, and you could whatever, and you come out and the neighbor's a complete asshole with you, and you take on that negativity, and it takes over, and all of a sudden you become like, yeah, motherfucker, and you get pissed off. Now you go in the house, right? And the wife just made you a nice meal, and you're like, I ain't fucking hungry. The dog's in the way. You kick the dog. Like, everything starts going downhill, right? You knock something off the counter, that thing breaks. There's a big mess. You broke the refrigerator, all this shit because of the asshole next door. Better yet, just be like, it's a really nice day, isn't it? And walk in, fuck them. But if you buy into that negative energy, the problem is it consumes you. And I'm the kind of guy, I don't like getting mad. I hate getting mad. As a matter of fact, I'd rather just blow it off, make a joke out of it.
Absolutely.
But if I do get mad, I'm the type of person I'm mad for 3 freaking days. And I'm like, I'm mad, man. I don't want to get like that. Just
you lose yourself in that. You can't get those 3 days back.
No. And who knows if you're even going to live 3 days, you don't know. People just assume that we're just going to live forever. We're not going to live forever. Okay. Everyone that's living right now will die. I hate to break the news to you. Okay. When will we die? What will we die of? We don't know. We don't know when it's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen to us, but by creating betterment, okay, we're probably going to live like it's going to be a more fulfilling life. You're going to be healthier. You're going to be happier. You're going to have the right people around you. But if you allow that negative stuff into your life, you're going to push away the good people, and what you're going to do is you're going to welcome the bad people. You don't want that. So you want, like, I used to love when guys would get, all aggressive with me because I like to fight, but I found that now somebody can push me. Yes, the first time I push you, put my head through the window. It won't be the first time that happened either. It doesn't bother me. I laugh. And the reason is because I'm not going to buy into that negative energy because it consumes me and it'll spoil all the good things that I have in life.
Yeah. And I'm the total opposite. I avoid confrontation like it's a plague. Now, I used to be a lot more. And I'm a martial artist. I got a black belt, However, I know that de-escalating an issue is much better for everyone concerned than to go into fisticuffs kind of thing. So I'm I don't if someone takes a shot at me or takes a shot at my family or my friends, people I care about, God help them. However, that's not my first mode. I never got enjoyment out of that. Some people do, and I had a fraternity brother who just loved to go out and just get into it with people, and that was his thing. That was his thing. So, but I totally get what you're saying. You gotta just focus on what's going to serve you and what's going to make better in your life habits. One of the things that I like to do in the morning is the first thing I say to myself. I got a little placard next to my bed is, today's going to be a great day. I just make that declaration. Today is going to be a great day. And you know what? If you start it out that way, more times than not, it's going to be a great day. When you listen to, I listen to audio tapes all the time. I'm a big believer into personal growth, into, self-education. You always say, a regular education makes you a living. Self-education will make you a small fortune. I learned that from Jim Rohn years ago. And it's so true. When you focus on yourself, read the books, go to the seminars, take the classes, listen to the audiobooks, watch the webinars. I'm always trying to learn something new. When you're green, you're growing. When you're ripe, you're rot. I don't want to rot. I want to be as green for as long as I possibly can. And when you do that, you kind of create a sense of optimism because you have hope in your life. Because I think one of the things that's wrong in this world is we've lost hope. Things have gotten so shitty and so convoluted and so, discombobulated that it's like people have lost hope that things are going to get better, and you can't lose hope. If you lose hope, it's done. Why do you think people, when they retire, they stop doing stuff? They stop having, looking forward to doing something. And honestly, I think deep down they lose hope that, and then what, a year or 2 later, 3 years later, they're dead. I don't want to die right after I retire. I want to go enjoy my life,
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a different topic is the death thing, because I believe that death is nothing more than you lose the will to live. That's it.
Yeah.
You cannot die if you have the will to live. It's
correct.
impossible.
But if you lose hope, then right, you lose the will to live.
And you mentioned something else, but I always say that every day is the first day of the rest of your life. Okay.
Absolutely.
So everything that's happened in the past, right? We all got bad shit in the past, right? Well, maybe not everybody, but most. I think got some bad shit in the past.
Yep.
You wake up this morning. This is the first day of the rest of your life. You control everything that's going to happen. Okay.
That's right.
If you got that attitude, you're going to do great. Okay. Yep. But if you're like, oh, this happened and my car got stalled and I went broke and my wife left me and the dog died, just like a country song. Basically, this stuff consumes you. It's all that bad energy. You're like, yeah, the dog died, and the old lady, she bolted and they stole my car and burnt down the house and the whole 9 yards. But guess what? Today's a brand new day. It's the first day and the rest of my life. How do I create some fun times, some happy times? How to create some good relationships? Let's move on. You know what? All that shit's behind me. Let's move forward, you know? And I think that people spend too much time looking backwards. And like I was just at a grade school reunion, and we, for some reason, those are fun. I love all those people.
Sure.
But a lot of people live in the past, right? They live in the past. Well, I used to have muscles. I used to have chicks. I used to go to sports. I was a quarterback. Like, none of that matters. What are you doing now? What's going on now? Like, what's going on today? What do you got going forward? Like, I don't care what you did 40 years ago.
Well, I will say this though. There is something to be said for reminiscing, because a lot of times you have great memories and things that you created with one individual, or friends, or group, or whatever. And when you reminisce, you're bringing back those good feelings. But then what you're able to do is then create new memories in that moment that you're with those people. And you're creating betterment. So that's just my take on it. Maybe you're
a little more sensitive than I am.
I'm a helpless romantic. What can I tell you? You know.
Oh my gosh.
But you know, it's funny you say that. You can change on a dime, because I was in a relationship. I was dating somebody. I was actually living with them for a year and a half. I did all kinds of stuff for them. I bent over backwards, tried to help them with their kids, and tried to, you know, I built decks, and I refurbished bathrooms and put up fences. And I mean, I went the nth degree, and this person just couldn't see the value in our relationship and broke up with me on a Saturday night at midnight, after she'd been in a fucking mood for 2 weeks. And I finally called her on her shit and said, hey, what the fuck's going on? And she broke up with me. And literally, you know, you get that pit in your stomach, and you're upset and you're angry, and you're going, what the fuck am I going to do? And where am I going to live? And where am I going to go? And, you know, you just all these crazy thoughts. And you know what? You can turn it around, and you can, once you're done wallowing in your sorrow, or in the midst of all whatever the chaos is, because it's all chaos, is you can decide, make a new decision. So at about 3 a.m., I slept. I said, you know what? Fuck this. I can either wallow in my sorrow right now, or I can move on. So what did I do? I took action. I downloaded Tinder. Never done it before. Never been on a dating app. It was funny as shit. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I took action, and I started swiping this and swiping that, and I had no clue what I was doing. And
before you know it, you were swiping something else.
True that. We're not going to discuss that on this podcast. However, 2 days later, I'm with my buddy. We're at the bar. He's got a band. We're talking some band stuff. I had a couple cocktails, and I said, "Fuck it." You know, I took my credit card, put it into the Tinder thing, paid $150. I'm like, because you can't really do much without it. And I started making connections. Well, fast forward, you know, going from, you know, living with somebody, you know, and having your heart broken, and you know, going on a downward spiral. Within 30 days, I had a new girlfriend. I had gone on 14 dates in 12 days. I bought a new car, found a new place to live. And you know, I got a new client, a big client, and all these things happened. And that was in a matter of less than 30 days. We're talking maybe a matter of 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And so that is what I'm talking about, is that you don't have to necessarily, you get to create your own reality. And it may not seem easy at the time, but you choose it, you embrace it, you take action, and you just fucking don't look back. And
so here, I have a question for you on this one, Marcus.
Yeah, okay.
We're running out of time. All those changes that you put into place, and it changed in 30 days. Did it have anything to do with my book, 30-day contract?
You know what? There's a lot of things in there that helped out. Absolutely. Confidence, transparency, being real, living life on your terms, being willing to ask for what you want, and not being afraid of what the answer is going to be. All those things. And that book is great. And I would encourage all of you to download a digital copy of it on Amazon, or buy the book and read it. It's a short read. It's, you know, the 30-day contract, the unconventional way to have fun, get laid, build your confidence, and stay in control. And it's a shameless plug here, but what the hell, why not? And you can find it on Amazon, and it's a great book, and it's got a lot of wisdom in it. It sounds like it's a skanky book, but it's not. It's really got a lot of wisdom and a lot of betterment, which is one of the things after writing that book and us collaborating on that. we started this podcast. So that's what it's all about. So yeah, betterment and better habits, and you can just start small and work your way up there. It's just that simple.
Right. There's no limit to how better you can get. Right.
Absolutely.
No limit. You can always get better.
And one last little tip I'll share is start a gratitude journal. If you get a journal, I got like journals everywhere. In fact, I got one here. I've got one here. I got multiple journals and for different things. But start a gratitude journal. Think to yourself, what am I grateful for? And just don't. You might start off very superficial, but start getting deep. Be grateful for your relationships, the people in your life, people you love, people you care about, people, what's important to you, and start writing that journal. When you start getting on that frequency of gratitude, betterment happens. Things happen. Change happens, and you'll be amazed at how quickly your view on life will change.
Let me add something to that. So things that you appreciate, that you're grateful for.
Yep.
Don't forget, okay, to be grateful for all the mistakes that you've made.
Yeah,
because those mistakes put you in a place where you needed to create betterment to get out. Yep. Okay. Those mistakes are designed for a reason. Be thankful for those mistakes. Don't say, I wish I would have never went broke. I'm glad I went broke. Okay. Don't say, I wish that girl never left me. I'm glad she left me. Like, it's all a learning lesson. Okay.
Right.
And if you don't learn from your mistakes, that's bad on you.
Like Jim Rohn says, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Right. And we'll leave it at that. So thank you so much for listening in. We appreciate all of you. Click the subscribe and the like button on this thing. Share it with your friends, colleagues. If someone you think will love this, share it with them. And we'll see you next time on Straight Up No Bullshit.
Have a great day.
Cheers.
Thank you for tuning in to the Straight Up No Bullshit, the Don Handston Show. We hope we enlightened you and expanded your perspectives with our bold and honest discussions about what might be holding you back from being your genuine self. And with a simple click to subscribe, we'll invite you back to the next episode. If you want to know more, go to straightupnobullshit.com. We'll see you next time.